I'm Emily Pierce. I learned about childhood cancer when my daughter Morgan was diagnosed in 2008. I took my kindergartner to her very first field trip. We had a good day at the museum, but about halfway through the trip, she started to complain of pain in her hip. It got so bad that she refused to even walk, and I had to carry her. Of course, we went straight to the pediatrician and did testing, and were sent away for x-rays and all sorts of things, and it was 2 to 3 weeks of just really trying to figure out what was going on with her, and unfortunately we received the news about 3 weeks later that our 5-year-old baby girl had cancer. Immediately, our first hospital visit for chemo, my husband and I walked on this children's oncology floor, and there were no beds available for any other kids. We had the last available bed. It was full, and I was just so struck by the fact that that many kids in my community were fighting cancer. There was no room left. There were so many kids in treatment, getting chemotherapy and radiation, that their floor was full. Once I realized the scope of just how many kids in my area were fighting cancer, it dawned on me that they were having the same troubles that I was having, that they were having to think about paying for the Ronald McDonald House plus a mortgage at home. They were having to, take days off of work so that the family could be together during a major surgery. They were having to split families up. Everybody's doing that, so multiply that just from my hardships to all of those other kids. I knew that other families needed the help that I was getting. It took me a little while to figure out how, but knowing the community support that we had just here in Plant City, eventually came around to realizing that those people could give to more than just me. Together as a community, we could create this safety net for families who have a kid fighting cancer. I met Jensen in New York City, where he was being treated for neuroblastoma at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. My daughter was being treated there also, and our families just had this instant connection. Our kids would run from room to room playing the Wii and watching movies, while us parents would just sit back and talk about the hardships of the life and our hopes and dreams for our kids' futures. And we've kept that bond from all those years ago. When Jensen passed away, his family started a foundation in his memory, Jensen's Heart of Gold Foundation, based out of Gulf Shores, Alabama. They started the foundation in order to help local kids who were fighting cancer with hardships. They really wanted to focus on families making memories together while their kids were fighting cancer. Ten years later, Morgan's still fighting cancer, and as a family, we're still doing our best to support her and get her through this. But this just has, the time spent doing all of these things to keep her here, and the time spent fundraising for families has only made our bond stronger and brought us together more, and it's just continued to make us more determined in our mission to help other families who are facing the same thing we're facing.